Welcome to Honduras This Week Online News videocast for Monday, March 3rd, 2008. This videocast is brought to you by Minister Suites, Sweet Dreams. From mild to wild, Easter week options from one extreme to another. As February winds down towards the early days of June, temperatures in Honduras begin to rise, winter showers taper off, and the landscape turns from lush green to a pale, dusty shade of brown. March and April, in addition to being the final throes of high tourist season, also signals the arrival of the annual Semana Santa or Easter week holiday period, when many take off for a long weekend of serious Central American style R&R. Easter week festivities have morphed over the years from a strictly religious holiday filled with colorful processions and church services to a cross between spring break in Fort Lauderdale and a wild frat party gone south. Although drinking, dancing, sunbathing, and eating have become the things to do during Easter break, one can still find remnants of a simpler, more genteel time where entire families still participate in and view elaborate religious processions. Read more about Semana Santa by Howard Rosenzweig in the Travel and Tourism section. To drive or not to drive? That is the question. None of the Honduran government proposals of the Strategic Energy and Fuel Saving Plan have created the controversy as has the "today it does not drive" policy. The new measure pretends to be imposed on all Honduran private cars in order to keep them from being driven one day of the week, excluding public transportation, official and emergency vehicles. In other nations on the American continent, similar measures have been taken, like in Chile, Mexico, and Colombia, and in Spain. Even though Mexico produces petroleum, the strategy of driving restrictions is for environmental reasons, as Mexico City and Santiago de Chile battle toxic smog levels. In fact, we consider that the measure is well-intentioned and should not be thrown to the failure basket so soon. But it is necessary that it is accompanied by other measures that form a truly effective energy savings plan. Read the full article in the Opinions and Editorial section. U.S. Vice Secretary of Commerce visits Honduras. U.S. Foreign Trade and Commerce Vice Secretary of State Christopher Padilla visited Tegucigalpa last week and then went on to Nicaragua and Costa Rica. According to a press release from the U.S. Embassy in Honduras, the visit was to review the implementation of the Free Trade Agreement between the U.S., the Dominican Republic, and countries of Central America. In addition, discussions were to take place regarding continuous efforts to fortify the agreement and the investment opportunities throughout the region. Read the full article by Álvaro Morales Molina in the National section. FARC releases 4 political hostages. With Colombian aircraft patrolling the skies, FARC guerrillas set free 4 hostages in rebel-controlled territory to representatives of the International Red Cross. A second successful mediation of Venezuelan Premier Hugo Chavez has resulted in the unilateral handover of a set of Colombian legislators held under captivity for an excess of 6 years. Luis Eladio Pérez, Gloria Polanco de Lozada, Orlando Beltrán Cuellar, and Jorge Eduardo Guechen. This event stands as a successive demonstration of his political clout with FARC narco-combatants. Read the full article by James W. Bowden in the Central America section. Joint Task Force Bravo assists with school supply donation to local children. Joint Task Force Bravo joined forces with a grassroots organization from the United States to distribute needed supplies to local school children on February 19th through the 21st. 5 representatives of the Give a Kid a Backpack organization in Florida and 15 volunteers from the JTF Bravo distributed more than 700 backpacks packed with school supplies to children at 5 schools and 2 orphanages in the Comayagua and La Paz districts. Read the full article by Sergeant John Aslin in the national section. Volunteers taking action to stop HIV. They spend their free time preparing information handouts and making strategic plans in the coordinated effort against HIV. They make the effort being conscious that they will get the desired results, increasing awareness of HIV/AIDS in the community and helping those infected, their families and loved ones cope with the diagnosis. They are young men and women volunteers of the United Nations Program for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, UNAIDS, located in downtown Tegucigalpa. Read the full article by Manfredo Martinez in the national section. Tony's Mar celebrates 20 years in the restaurant business. It was by sheer coincidence that Todd Ellerton found himself recently at the restaurant Tony's Mar on Boulevard Suyapa while they were celebrating their 20th anniversary. He was aware of it only after glancing at, among others, full-page ads congratulating the restaurants a few days later. Anyway, the timing was perfect, and it may be about time that you revisit Tony's Mar. They have been around for, 20 years now, which amounts to an institution in the food business. Read the full article by Todd Ellerton in the Buen Provecho column of the cultural section. Amapala, treasure of the South Coast. The island of El Tigre, or Amapala as it is also known, is considered the treasure of the South because of its unique beauty and the hospitable welcome the Amapalinos give their tourists. At the end of February, citizens of this enchanting place will begin a new life with the arrival of cruise ships carrying thousands of tourists. For city managers and vendors, it is a dream come true. The first ship arrives in Amapala at the end of February, departing from California, United States, and yet another will anchor later in March, with travelers of different nationalities. Read the full article in the Travel and Tourism section. This has been your online weekly update for Honduras. I'm Nicole Martyr for Honduras This Week Online. Have a great day and see you next week for more news.